Welcome back. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, that means that you've managed to get as far as installing your theme and getting your website looking like it's ready to take some shape and get your stamp of branding and personality onto your WordPress site. So well done. It's really great that you've managed to stick with me and get this far. This video, I'm going to take you to the next level. So you've got your theme in place, but it's looking a bit blank and possibly a bit scary, and it might be a bit of a daunting prospect looking at the site that after you choose a theme, often it's based upon demo content and dummy content that they've put on there to really showcase it at its best. And it can be an overwhelming prospect to be faced with the fact that you are starting from absolute scratch and you haven't got any content to make yours look great yet. But don't worry, this is what we're going to do in this video. We're going to concentrate on little steps towards working towards creating something that looks absolutely amazing. So, because I am working with an Elegant Themes theme for this demonstration, I'm going to be working with ePanel, which is owned by Elegant Themes, and it's exclusive to all of the themes that come from there. I've installed the Gleam theme because the person that asked me the questions, thank you very much, wanted to use that theme for their website. So I've created this content with this in mind. So bear with me. And again, as always, if you've got questions about your theme options or your customization and you're not using an Elegant Themes theme, then please leave a comment and ask a question. I'm happy to help. Okay, so we've got our theme in place already. We can see that we're back to our customized dashboard. And at the top, there's a yellow alert. I've spoken about these before to let you know to keep your eye out on these. Usually there'll be WordPress updates, plugin updates. This one is telling us there's a fresh installation of the theme and we have to go to the ePanel to set it up. I'll say again that ePanel is a brand name that's exclusive to Elegant Themes. So this is a link, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. So let's go and check out the options. Okay, so here's the ePanel homepage, and you can actually see here how we've navigated to it, or how we would have navigated to it under the menu. Under the Appearance tab, in the Home dashboard, there would be a drop-out menu to the side with these options, and Gleam Theme Options is the name. So you will have the name of whatever Elegant Themes theme you're using with theme options after it, and clicking that brings us to this ePanel too. So the home page, or the first page that you land on, is General Settings, and this is where you can start to make small changes, really small things that you can upload that are going to make a big difference. So for example, our logo. At the moment, I'm going to just click over here onto our demo site. We've got a blank page. This later on is going to have a huge image in the background, and this middle box, which is our home link and our branding space, is going to have our logo in it. All our navigation is going to sit under here, so it's good to just have a quick look at what we're starting with right now and know what we're going to end up with to remind ourselves. So in here right now, the logo text is sat in here. We're not going to do anything with that because we're going to use an image for our logo. So I'm going to click on Upload Image. And it's going to open a lightbox. A lightbox is a box that hovers over your dashboard, and most of the things that you need to upload open up in light boxes, which means everything behind is dark and this is light, so you know that this is the area you're working in. I am going to select something from my computer. This is the first time we've come across this, but this is something you'll become really familiar with. This is the same functionality for uploading any images or media in posts, pages, or anywhere else in your website. So I'm going to select File, and I'm just going to pull my own logo in here. So I'm going to select it from wherever it is on my computer, and I'm going to click Open to pop that in there. Okay, so that was really fast. You can see, if I hide this, you can see that this is a little thumbnail preview of what's uploaded, the name of the file. If I click Show, I get all the details. So I've got the file name, the file type, when it was uploaded, which was today, the size of it, its title. You can change this to whatever you like. Let's call it Naked Blogging Logo. I'm going to ignore alternate text because I don't want anything displayed underneath. I'm going to ignore the caption. I'm going to ignore the description just now. It's given me a link URL so that if I need to access this logo anywhere at all, this URL here, which I'm just going to copy and paste into a new window so that you can see what happens. So I'm directed instantly to where that file is on a blank page with just the media inside it. It's not any use to me just now, but I might be asked for it at a later date. So that's where to find that. I don't need to worry about any alignment because it's not going into a post, and I don't need to worry about the size because it's not going into a post as well. So I'm just going to click this button that says Use for Logo. Okay, so we can see that now in our logo box we have the URL that I was just clicking on in the new tab up there to show you where it was. It's already popped in there, so I don't need to do anything else. If you are navigating your way through this ePanel another time, I'll just mention that these little red question marks are really great because they open up little light boxes that give you a clue as to what goes in there and what you need to do with each thing. So there's help for each step of the way. Because of that, I'm not going to go through in comprehensive detail everything in this menu. We're just going to go through some general styling and have a quick flick through so that then you can have a play yourself. This is very much like getting to know the dashboard. It works in a different way for everybody, and you make use of the parts that are going to be useful and effective for your website, and you ignore the parts that don't. A favicon is the little symbol that sits up in the corner of the address bar before the URLs. And if you have a logo that would sit well in that space, then that's a fantastic thing to have. It's optional, entirely optional. It's not something you need to use, but it's definitely something that's worth considering if your branding allows for it. There are favicon generators online. If you do a search for favicon generator, all you need to do is upload an image and it will generate a favicon for you that you can save, and then you can upload it here in exactly the same way we did with the logo. There are some settings down here that are going to be things that you need to test and experiment with. Turn them on, turn them off, change the numbers, and keep having a look back at your site. So each time you save something, flick back to your homepage to see what the effect has been. Again, I'm not going to go through these in detail because they're going to be very personal as to whether you want to use them or not. So it's best that you just know where they are and you have a play and see what's happening. So I'm going to click Save because we uploaded our logo. I get a little box that tells me it's saving. And now I've got a little box that said Options Saved. So again, I can go back to this tab. I can refresh. And with any luck, now we're seeing our logo sat in that box, which looks great. Actually, it looks quite cool. So for now, I'm going to go back into our navigation. I'm going to click on this homepage tab. This is where we can choose the background image. Right now, if I flip back over to our basic window, we've got a lovely plain black background. And for some sites, that will be exactly what's needed. For our site, and because I want to show you how it works, I'm going to drop an image in there. The image that I'm going to choose is going to fill this whole background space. So it has to be of a really good quality, otherwise it's going to come up really pixelated and horrible looking. So I'm going to click Upload Image again. Again, I get this light box effect. And this time, instead of clicking Select Files, which is what we did last time, and the box pops up over the top of this that I can select my image from, I'm going to choose something that I've already got to hand. An image here. I'm not sure what size this image is, so I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but this is really small. So actually this is a really good demonstration of why you need a big picture. We'll leave it as it is. We'll change this here, pink boxing gloves, because it's good practice to get into the habit of changing those titles. And again, we don't need to worry about alignment or size because it's not going into a blog post, and we've got our link URL there so that we know where that image is if we need it. I'm going to click Use Homepage Background Image here to save that into the background. As I say, I already know, because this image is really small, that this is going to look horribly pixelated, but I'm going to do it so that I can show you why we need big images. So I'm going to click Save. You can see now we've got the link to our image in there. I'm going to click Save, and then I'm going to go and refresh the page to see this horrible image sat in the background. So that's come up a lot better than I thought, actually. We can see here now the general idea of what happens. The background image absolutely fills this whole space. Our navigation sits over the top when we hover, and we have our website beginning to look customized. Okay, so looking through the control panel, we'll have a quick look at navigation. In here, you will get a list of all your pages as you add them, something we haven't covered yet. Pages sit in the dashboard here. Anything you add as a new page will automatically drop into this box, and you can click these ticks to exclude or include them from the navigation bar. And the navigation bar is going to sit at the bottom of our page. We haven't seen that yet. Display a home link. At the moment, this is enabled, so when I click back here and I hover over, I've got a button here that says home. If I go back into here and I disable it, click save to update, you can see how fast this takes effect. Refresh my page, and now when I hover, that home link has gone. So you can see how quickly the changes that I'm making, they're instant changes. Don't have to wait for anything. Again, things to play with that you may or may not want to trial. I'm not going to go through them in detail because we could be here all day if I keep going into too much detail. Categories, very much the same as pages, and it's something else we'll come on to. Under posts, you get to choose categories, and it's another video all in itself. But once you start to build a list of categories, they will all start to list in here, and again, you can exclude or include them. Everything's very clickable and friendly, and remember, these question marks are going to bump up some information that's going to help you along your way. And then finally, in general settings, there's a box here to disable top tier drop-down menu links. So this is about this is getting quite complex. This is where you've got parent categories with child categories underneath, and I don't want to lose anybody, so I'm not going to go any further into this. If you want to know about it, you can ask me, and I'm happy to do video responses if people want more detail on that. So clicking onto layout settings, you can see here we've got settings for single post layout. So I can choose which items to display in the post info section, and this is kind of your sign off. So you might or you might not want the author's name to display on your blog post. You might or you might not want the date to be printed on your blog post, and I think you probably get the gist for the last ones. This is about putting thumbnails on your posts, and this one is about putting comments on posts. So it's all really straightforward and user-friendly. It's click to highlight and enable and disable. Really, really super easy. Same thing for pages, and then again we've got general settings, and we've got this info section again that we can classify things on. The nice thing about ePanel is that, and all elegant themes, they come with built-in advertising. Monetization is something I'll touch upon in future. If advertising is something that you want to include in your blog or your website, then this is brilliant because it's all pre-formatted for you, and you can just fill in the boxes as you need them and save your changes to see advert space fitting into your website. Colorization, you've got a fantastic hexadecimal picker here, so you can literally pick your color out and use it, copy and paste its value to choose any colors that you want. So it might be for fonts, might be for links, menus, and they're all the way down here. You can choose everything to customize, and of course click save at the end. SEO, I touched upon at the beginning, search engine optimization. Please familiarize yourself with that acronym of SEO. It's something that a lot of people like to bury their head in the sand and just hope that they're doing it right. But the more you can learn about it without actually having to dedicate your whole life to the ever-changing world of SEO, the better for you, because SEO basically equals Google. Anything that you can do to optimize your website for search engine findings is going to help you come up higher in search engine findings, i.e. Google listings. So on here, I'm not going to go into this at all in any detail because, again, SEO is something I'll cover separately. But you have loads of options for your SEO, how to customize all your links, how you want yourself to come up in search engine findings. So you've got things for your home page, things for single posts, and then you've got also your index page. So you've got loads of options here. If you know what you're doing, have a play. If you don't know what you're doing, then still have a play. But do ask for help and do Google help if it's something you're not familiar with. There is a fantastic plugin that I recommend to every WordPress user. Yoast do Y-O-A-S-T. Do a fantastic SEO plugin for WordPress, and I absolutely highly I'll absolutely recommend that you get that and check it out, get familiar with it. Integration here, again, this is getting a little bit more complicated for anybody that wants to use it. Anything that needs to be included in your header that's code that you've been asked to put into your header goes into this box, and the same down here for the body, and so on and so on. And then you can save your changes. So this is getting more complex. I really wanted to focus on these beginnings because this is all about appearance, this post. And last but not least, support docs. Elegant Themes have really good support, and this support docs here in the ePanel is literally a link, if I click it, to their daily journal, and it's like an ongoing blog that starts with how to install your new theme, and it goes on and on and on. Loads of videos, loads of helpful stuff. If you're using Elegant Themes, it's absolutely heaps of help that you can find there, static content that's going to be helpful to you. I'll just close that to keep things simple. And there we have it. That's everything in the ePanel. The only other thing about appearance that I want to mention at this stage is that if we go back over to the left-hand side of our dashboard and click on Themes, which is where we went to install our theme in the first place, there's one more place to look, which is back in this Manage Themes page. We've got Gleam theme as our active theme. If I click Customize, I get a slightly different menu. And you can see here, this box is where a content would sit. And here I can click, I've got site title, demo site, tagline, just another WordPress site, hint, hint, I think we've seen that before. So this is where an easy quick access point where you can delete this and put anything you like. I'm actually going to take it completely out so that you can see the changes. Under colours, I have background colour. I can choose anything I like. I quite like this black that it's in at the moment. Background image we've already put in. I don't know why it says no image. I think the ePanel overrides any settings here. And static front page, we're ignoring that because it's not relevant to our theme. So I'm going to click Save and Publish. And now if I refresh, you can see that the Just Another WordPress tag has gone. And you can see that everything's looking nice and clean now, which is how we wanted it. So the next job is to start putting content in, which is a next video. I'm going to be doing a video on settings. I'm going to be doing a video on writing posts and setting up pages, how to navigate your way through setting up your menus, and heaps of other stuff. But what I'd really like is to be creating videos that you would like. So I want to create things in response to what you're going to find helpful. So please, please feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you'd like to see next.